Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. It's your island girl on keto and it's another Sunday meal prep. It's been a while since I've been on here. Life got busy, Christmas, holidays, but I am back. This is what we have planned for this week. We're gonna make a egg loaf with sausage and bacon for breakfast and then 3 different meals for dinners. So here I'm preparing the egg loaf. It's gonna use 1 block of cream cheese, 8 eggs, some coconut flour, a little bit of salt, a little baking powder, butter. I will link the recipe that I use below so that you guys can reference it. That way you can get the exact measurements. I tweak it a little bit to make it my own, but I will link the original or the recipe that I got or what I was looking at so that you can get an idea. I first saw it when I was looking at Journey to Health YouTube channel, and that's where I got the idea from. So I will try to link the one that she has so that you guys can check it out. So everything will be mixed in a bowl really quick. Then I'll use a hand mixer to mix it or incorporate it very well and get it ready for the oven. Don't forget to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Like I did, I totally forgot, so I had to wait to get it preheated. But anyway, you mix everything up and you get it ready for the oven. Unlike highfalutin low fat. Highfalutin low fat. Is that his page? Oh my god. I look at him all the time and I can't remember. Anyway, don't forget to sift. Don't forget to sift your coconut oil. Your coconut flour. I keep mine in the fridge so it gets lumpy. So I gotta make sure that it is nice and smooth before I put it here. My mom is a baker, so I gotta make her proud. I gotta make sure that I do it right. I also use the spatula to bring down the edges and make sure everything is nice and smooth. I lined my egg loaf pan. I did not spray it. I don't think it needs it because the recipe called for butter, so it should not stick. Fingers crossed. Actually, spoiler alert, it came out beautiful. Alright, so that's waiting for the oven. While that's happening, I am going to chop up these veggies because I am going to brown some chicken. No, I'm going to brown some beef because this week I am eating stuffed peppers. The kids might eat spaghetti and meat sauce. So would the hubby. So just make enough to feed the family. I do have more just in case, but I'll chop up my seasonings. I put some sofrito in there. That's a little cube that I have frozen. My mom makes those for me. As a matter of fact, she needs to hurry up, show up because I'm running low. And no one makes it like mom. So I'm chopping this up, onions, peppers, a little bit. Just the top of what I was using for what I plan to use for the peppers. So whatever was left over from the peppers, that's what I'm using to put in the meat. Not too much because this does have all carbs and my carbs are very low at this time. I'm still doing the very low carb count, the Deeper State Keto with my coach, Jonathan Shane from the Keto Road. So I gotta watch it. So I weighed my meat in my best tool of the kitchen, the scale. That way I know exactly how much I have so that when I am recording it in my tracker, I know exactly what I'm eating, what I'm doing. That way I don't go over my macros. So here are the peppers, washed clean, pat drying them so that I can get them ready for the beef that's browning. I'm going to go ahead and chop them up, get them cleaned, remove the membrane. I use the scissors to cut the inside. It's just so easy, guys. Give it a try. That's a hack. The scissors, just everything comes off. You don't have to worry about messing with them so much. You cut it and it comes right off. So I'm going to get those ready. I'm going to put them in a oven safe dish. I'm going to sprinkle some avocado oil, some salt, some pepper, and I'm going to go ahead and bake them just for a little bit so they can get somewhat soft. Not so soft because remember, I'm going to eat these later during the week. So I'm going to put them back in the oven to preheat and then they'll keep cooking. So you don't want to get them all soggy. So I'm seasoning my meat, some adobo, salt, pepper, and some culantro and achote package, you know, the Hispanic in me. But I mean, the ingredients are clean and it gives the food such good flavor, guys. Give it a try. If you're not Hispanic and you don't use it, go ahead. They sell it at Walmart. You'll thank me later. So I add some adobo because it was a little under seasoned, sorry. And you know, keto, we use salt. So I'm gonna get that meat ready. I did have a little bit of green onion in the fridge. I didn't want it to go bad, so I just sprinkled some on top. Plus, it gives it a pretty color. I gotta use that before the hubby gets upset. All right, guys. So now I'm gonna get ready to prepare the salmon. I'm working on 3 different proteins this week: beef, fish, and chicken. So I'm getting the fish all clean. I'm gonna season it. I'm gonna get it ready for the oven. I'm gonna obviously I have the egg loaf in the oven, so I gotta wait until that pops out to put this in. I do have double ovens, but I'm just being lazy. And while I do one thing and wait for another, I can multitask. So this one is ready to go as soon as the other one gets out. I'll season that with a little bit of onion, garlic powder, onion powder, and some cilantro herbs. It's very subtle, very nice from Weber. And it's 0 carbs. So you just gotta be careful with the garlic and onion. That does have some carbs, but you know what? I don't use that much and it's alright. It will be okay. I'm doing great, guys. If you want to know, I did gain some weight over the holidays because, you know, family was over. I had so much fun. But time to get back on track. I'm back to my post-holiday weight. So I'm happy about that. Here I am stuffing the peppers. And again, I have it on my food scale because that way I know exactly how much I have for each. For dinner time, after I have calculated my macros, I was allowed 4 ounces of beef. So I'm doing that. And then I'm measuring out again using the scale the serving size of the cheese. You know, 1 serving size. So I want to make sure I have the 28 grams on each. I'm going to put a little bit of bacon bits on top. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm not putting it back in the oven. I'm going to cover it. I'm going to put it in the fridge. You can also freeze this. And when I'm ready to cook it, then it'll melt. Getting the bacon ready. Here it is. So once I'm ready to use it or cook it, I'll put it and it will finish all up. Ooh, my loaf is finished. The bacon is going in. That egg loaf looks amazing. My mom would be so proud of me. Mom, if you're watching this, I learned from the best. But anyway, my egg loaf is going to cool. I'm going to put it in a cooling rack so that I can later cut it and divide it into my portions. But again, guys, look at this. Look how pretty the color, the rise. It's nice and soft, but it has crust on the edge. When I'm ready to cook it, I'm just going to saute in some butter. Oh, it's going to be amazing. All right, guys, so everything is cooking. I'm just waiting. So it's time to clean up. I hate working in a dirty kitchen, so I have to clear everything. I can't have dishes in the sink. Everything has to be clean, and it's time to bleach. I was messing with some fish, so I have to make sure I bleach everything, clean everything, sanitize it. I grew up with bleach. Thanks, Mom. And here I am, just bleaching everything down, making sure everything is clean. I'm a germaphobe. My husband is there getting ready to go to work. And I'm still cleaning everything, every handle, everything that I touched with bleach. So that I make sure everything is clean. That way I can get ready. I was messing with fish, so now I'm going to mess with chicken. So I have to make sure everything is clean before I go to the new step. But before I leave, proud to be from the Virgin Islands. Yeah, VI for life. All right, guys, the last thing on the meal prep is the pork rind breaded chicken tenderloins. So I have 3 eggs, 2 tablespoons of mayo, 1 tablespoon of mustard. It called for a different type of mustard, but again, I don't have it. I'll put the link in the bottom. You can use whatever you want. The pork rinds that I went ahead and crushed are gonna have some cheese, but I'm getting the egg mixture ready. I'm gonna go ahead and get the chicken. It was cleaning. Now I'm gonna go ahead and soak it in some pickle juice so that it can get a nice flavor. It's gonna be, I don't know, for 4 hours. I'm gonna put it in the fridge and have those 2 things ready in the fridge. There's my crispy bacon that I'm gonna use for breakfast and for my Brussels sprouts for dinner. Here I'm adding the cheese, but again, measuring so that I can know exactly what's going on my tracker so that I can build my recipes and make sure that I am counting all my ingredients correctly and making sure I stay within my macros. So I'm adding the cheese to breadcrumbs, mixing that together, and I'm going to set that aside for whenever I'm ready to cook the chicken, but right now it's being marinated with that pickle juice. I'm adding some Slap Your Mama for some kick. Perfect. My daughter just came and slapped me and I pulled out the Slap Your Mama. Guys, look at the fluffiness of that egg loaf. I'm getting all my dishes ready for the week. Portioning all my meals. I will be tracking ahead. Everything will be done on Sunday. That way I know exactly what I'm eating this week and I won't I'll stay on plan. I'll stay focused. So yeah, I meal prep as much as I can so that I don't have to guess. If you don't guess, you succeed. There's my cooked salmon. Here's a screenshot of what's going on. Salmon, oatmeal for my husband. Those are all his. And meal prep is pretty much done other than the kitchen or the chicken that I'm going to make later. But I got hungry, so I had 1 extra serving of the egg loaf purposely so I can try it. So I am going and saute that in some butter. And guys, you don't need anything else. It was so amazing. Like a French toast with some sausage. And that's breakfast. Later in the evening, I'm going to go ahead and make the chicken so you can see that. Alright guys, it's a later in the evening. I got home from hanging out with some friends and the kids, and now I'm gonna finish my meal prep. I am taking that chicken out of that pickle juice, putting it in the egg mixture, then coating it with the pork rind crumbs and the cheese, and putting in the air fryer so that it can get nice and crispy. I think I did about 10 minutes on each side. Depends on the size of the chicken finger you get because some cook faster than others. So you definitely have to play with the time. Pay attention to it. Don't walk away. Don't, because they will burn. I was lucky none of mine burnt. But yeah, I had to make more mixture because I ran out and I think I had like 6 pieces left. So after this, I did some mixture. I did not have any cheese left, so I used a different type of cheese. But the macros were pretty much the same. And I used the same measurements. That way I know exactly what I was using. So those are all done. I'll clean everything up and then do the other batch. But they came out perfect and so crispy and juicy because of that pickle juice. So that was dinner that evening. I had some crispy chicken that was for the rest of the week. And guys, this is tonight's dinner. That was the salmon that I cooked in the butter to crisp up the skin, and the bacon wrapped Brussels sprouts in the air fryer, guys. It was amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I wanted to give you guys a little tour of the garden, how great it's looking. We have Brussels sprouts, peppers, tomatoes, broccoli, cabbage, you name it, it's out there. Green onions. It looks so beautiful, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Love you. Bye-bye.